Let's go. So, young adults are the backbone of the society, and it is critical to have an appropriate regulated systems in the university to ensure that they are using their time in the correct manner. Genius. I strongly agree that university students nowadays have been spending too much time enjoying themselves rather than studying. This essay will critically discuss the issue using examples from Australia to demonstrate points and support arguments. Good. To begin with, insufficient coursework and hours are one of the main factors that enable young learners to misuse their free time. Well, we could have just said without the preposition there, to misuse their free time partying, socializing, or drinking. For example, in the majority of Australia's university, the compulsory studying time of a unit is only 3 hours, which involves 2 hours lectures and 1 hour a 1 hour tutorial. And the recommended self-studying time is 8 hours. However, this is inadequate for them as they can manage their timetable into a 3-day week and not attend any classes for the remaining days. I wouldn't have said for the remaining. Actually, that's fine. By increasing the workload of courses, this will influence young learners to allocate more time to studying. More time on. This will influence or persuade. What did you say? This will. Maybe we could have said this will encourage. Orientate. No, this will. Channel young learners. Yeah, we could say this will channel young learners to allocate more time on studying. I guess influence is okay. I was just trying to find a more appropriate one. Let's go. Another reason that caused young learners to have too much freedom is the lack of compulsory attendance during university course hours. Good. Drawing examples from Deakin University in Australia, students who are enrolled in their masters are not compulsory in attending. Drawing examples from Deakin University in Australia, students who are enrolled in their masters find their classes are not compulsory to attend. We cannot say it like you did. Enrolled in their masters, students who are enrolled in their masters find their classes are not compulsory to attend, nor the lectures nor the seminars. Full stop. This would allow students to have, this allows, because we're talking about Deakin, so we should say this allowed students, and keep it coherent in the tense, this allowed students to have too much freedom, which resulted in not spending enough time studying, or not spending enough time on studying. Okay, a little bit thin though, a little bit thin. Remember, if you want to be completely certain, I mean, I like what you've done here. You've changed the order of the sentence guide around, but remember, if we get it a little bit thin like this, go back to basics, yeah, and then we can just say this is because, for example, and then finish off with therefore. All right. To summarize, the inadequacy, very good word. The inadequacy of regulated procedures and systems by universities and insufficient coursework hours are the main reasons that university students are not concentrating on studies. By improving the systems and increasing the course's workload, this in turn will help students to increase study time, or this will in turn help students to focus, increase student study time, and more than likely improve results. Okay. The pie chart compares the makeup of car ownership between England and Scotland in 1995, and the bar graph illustrates the sales of VW for England and Scotland for a period of 8 years. Good, very good, clean crisp introduction. The majority of car ownership was either leased or bought, as both of them consisted 2/3 of the total car ownership. Good. Or we could have said, as both groups consisted 2/3 of the total car ownership. In contrast, people bought most of the car in Scotland. No. In contrast, let's see, in contrast, purchasing cars was the most popular option in Scotland, followed by BAM. In addition, only 1/3 of car ownership was shared in England and leased in Scotland. Don't understand that bit. Okay, so what I would have done here is just gone for the biggest portions in both Scotland and England and compared them, then the second one, and then the smallest ones. Okay, and then just group it that way. It can be seen that there were more VW owners as compared to England. Let's see. You can see that there were more Scottish VW owners compared to English ones from 1990 to 1998. For England, the sales of VWs has been fluctuating across the 8-year period, and reached its peak in 1994, selling approximately 200,000, and its lowest in 98, selling roughly 145. Good. Similarly, the sales of VW in Scotland have also been fluctuating as well, where the sales have been decreasing gradually from 1990 to 95, and then rose drastically from 96 to 97, and dropped by 300,000 or whatever, dropped by 5,000 from 97 to 98. Now a little summary. Overall, it is clear that both countries have very different car ownership and purchasing patterns. Let's see. Yeah. Overall, it is clear that over the period shown, both countries had very differing car usership and buying patterns. The only similarity was in car ownership of VWs in 1997 or whatever. Okay, just try to squeeze one in there. That was good work there, Yvonne. You're doing well. Keep them coming, and yeah, just a week to go, so keep studying.